channel. Today we have with us here a special guest, Mrs. Uma Reddy, founder and managing director of HiTech Magnetics Private Limited. Uma, you have been a successful entrepreneur for 30 years now in core manufacturing sector in Karnataka. How have you seen the growth of this sector in the state, and what do you foresee for the future? Do you think there is a lot of potential and scope for further growth for it to become a globally force to reckon with?
I started my business when there was no ecosystem for entrepreneurship development and enterprise development. Bangalore was housing a large number of public sector units, especially in the electronic sector. We had Bharat Electronics in those days, we had BHEL, we had ITI, which was supporting the telecom industry, we had HUL. We also were the hub for defense production with ISRO, LRDE, and ADE. Over the past 30 years, it's been a journey. We have a larger number of multinational companies in Bangalore in addition to the PSUs. There has been, Bangalore has been known for its IT and being the Silicon Valley of India in terms of IT and IT applications, but also manufacturing has not been left behind. We do have a huge number of embedded systems manufacturers. So IT plays an important role in terms of electronic manufacturing. Also, electronics has become part of every product. If you take the automobile industry, there is more electronics than automobile. If you take the aviation industry, there is so much of avionics. So if you take the healthcare and the medical industry, electronics has become part of it. Electronics actually pervades all sectors, and hence by 2020, they say that there is a $400 billion opportunity in the field of electronics. Right now, we are importing a large number of consumer electronics. Our contribution to electronics manufacturing is very low, which very clearly states that we can house a large number of electronic manufacturing units within the state. Having this ecosystem of this PSUs and MNCs being established here, along with it, a large number of SMEs who are being ancillaries to these PSUs and MNCs over the past many decades. I think Bangalore is, right location for, manufacturing to improve, especially in the electronics sector.
There's a lot of import that is happening for this sector, which again speaks for the potential in this market, that there is a demand which is not being met by the local manufacturing sector. If you map it with the Make in India agenda of the national government, how do you think Karnataka can live up to that and grow and scale further for to achieve the potential in that space?
I think Karnataka is definitely ready because in the last few years we have been developing a large number of clusters, be it the high-tech park that we have talked about, the SEZs, the clusters, the aerospace park, all these technical clusters supposed to have the necessary infrastructure. So we've taken a step ahead by, planning on these clusters. I think on implementation with the necessary infrastructure such as business incubators, calibration and testing centers, training centers and skill development centers within the certain tech parks, this will provide an opportunity for us to be ready in total for manufacturing and be geared to manufacture within the country. When Prime Minister is talking about Make in India across the country, I think Karnataka is definitely poised because we can definitely take that first step ahead and leapfrog into the space because we are already planning in this direction. So this will give us that opportunity for us to get into total manufacturing, especially in the case of electronics, where there is a huge opportunity that can be met. Yes, we are in competition globally with many countries such as Taiwan and Korea, China, where there is a huge amount of manufacturing in the electronic sector, which gives them a price competitiveness. But I think we Indians have the strength in product development, innovation, and small quantity manufacturing. With a better infrastructure and seamless power and infrastructure available, I think we can also in the future be globally competitive.
Karnataka is known as a IT hub and a startup hub, and the government has been proactive in creating the policies for the first time in India for the semiconductor industry as well as the startup policy. What is your message for the investors, the global investors who are looking at manufacturing sector in Karnataka?
The government has actually started planning, and they've planned ahead by bringing out the startup policy, the new industrial policy that has come into being, which supports a large number of entrepreneurs to start manufacturing. So, for investors, here is an ecosystem with large number of multinationals. There is a large number of public sector units and an even larger number of MSMEs who are ready to partner with global investors. They also have the space to gear up. They also have the skill talent because Karnataka actually houses a large number of engineering colleges, and this provides them an opportunity to scale them up in terms of skill development in short duration of time, and hence there is an ecosystem for investors to come into Karnataka, notwithstanding the excellent weather and the cosmopolitan culture that we have in Bangalore and surrounding cities. Secondly, Karnataka provides a huge market. So, for every investor that is coming in, there are two opportunities. One, to export to other countries. Secondly, to cater to the domestic market. And partnering with a local company within Karnataka provides an investor an opportunity to also access this huge market within the state. In addition, of course, the export market, where we have a large number of Asian countries around India, which actually supports them to, make their first inroads into exports.
Thank you, Uma. That was very insightful. Given that you have 30 years of experience in the core manufacturing sector, I'm sure that was valuable uh, advice and experienced words for investors who are looking to invest in Karnataka.